How's it going, guys? All right, so really the point of this whole video is kind of to outline and introduce the whole entire project that I have going on. I actually recently picked up this S13 in a trade for one of my old motorcycle bikes that I actually rebuilt. It was an 05 R6, and a guy came out of Tennessee and he was like, "Hey man, got this chassis for sale, interested if you want to do a trade." And I was like, "Yeah, tell me about it," and here we are today. This whole transaction happened at like 4 in the morning. It was literally on a whim. It was his only day available. It was only my day available, and we somehow made it work. So here we are, basically getting the car ready. I want to show you guys my entire process as to me rebuilding the car, stripping it down completely to zero, and stitch welding it to putting in a new engine, and also modifying the harness that's in it right now because the engine that I have planned for is not going to even work with the existing harness. It's going to be a project, but it's something that I'm actually really excited for because I haven't built a car in about 4 or 5 years. And I think it's about time with everything that I've learned. Just for starters, it's not going to be a Nissan motor. It's not going to be a Toyota motor. And it's not going to be anything that you really think off the top of your head, but it's going to be big. So look forward to it. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I did today, and let's get started. How's it going, guys? So this is going to be really honestly the very first start of this build. I've kind of already gotten the car outside of the garage. I took it off jack stands, put the driver's side wheels on because I really had them off just inspecting the car because I've recently just gotten the shell. So here I gotta clean out a lot of the engine bay. It still has a lot of grime, soot, dirt. I mean, it's disgusting from sitting in a garage for who knows how many long. It's got a Nismo power brace. The steering rack is completely dirty. Whenever they pulled out the power steering pump, somebody cut off the lines. So I'm gonna have to redo that or just put in a brand new steering pump. I have been looking at electronic steering. It's one of those things with one of the new kits that I'm looking at whenever I'm gonna put a new engine in, which I've already decided on which engine is gonna go in the car. Stay tuned for that. It's pretty exciting. I'm actually waiting on word back to see when availability on a couple things are, and I'll know exactly when I'll have the motor in my possession. Going on further with the car, we're gonna try and clean off a lot of this dirt and a lot of this grime that's all over this engine bay because I mean it's just filthy disgusting. And the plan is all this right here. It's seam sealer. Seam sealer holds the body panels together after they've been tacked from the factory, and it runs all along the frame rail, all along the firewall, whether it's coming up to the windshield cowl or the shock towers. All of this needs to be removed and stitch welded. I'm not gonna really worry about the core support because I'm pretty sure in the future the core support's gonna be removed and replaced. But as of now, I'm probably not even gonna tape off any of the inside because the inside needs to actually get the whole floorboard, or not the floorboard, but the sound deadening removed for the most part. He tried taking out a lot of it in the end, but he didn't really do a good job. The harness unfortunately has been cut, so the harness is gonna have to come out and be repaired. It's not too much of a big deal, but it's for another day. I plan on stripping out this entire interior, pulling all this out, and the same thing is gonna happen here. This is where we come in, and all along here and all along these doors, we're gonna stitch all this together so that we don't have any structural rigidity issues and we actually can feel everything intact. It's really gonna be the beginning of today's video, but still getting used to everything, but it's gonna be fun. It's exciting. Stay tuned for the pressure washing. So, I'm a little messy. All right, so I just spent basically the last 15-20 minutes cleaning up and pressure washing the entire bay. You see the entire difference in how much cleaner it is. The entire subframe is not greasy anymore. There's not a lick of grime that if I run my hands over it, I'm not staring at grease. Couldn't get much of the power steering rack off, but I mean, who cares? The power steering rack is gonna come off here soon. I really wonder if you can deep power these racks, kind of like almost old school Miatas, but I'm not too interested in that right now. Apparently Miata makes a electric power steering kit that I really wonder if it will actually work for this car. I'm gonna look into that. Other than that, at this point now, what we'll really do, I'll get the car back in the garage. I'll probably get it all on jack stands all around, remove the entire subframe just so I can actually get inside the car and start working on it. And the next task is to basically remove all of this seam sealer that I'll do in the next video. And I think what I'll do is I'll try and do the entire engine bay at one time and remove all the seam sealer. But as you can see, basically I'll end up lining it out, either taping it just so that you can see before I actually go in and remove all of it, so you can see how much seam sealer actually needs to be removed from the vehicle and the chassis whenever you do go to stitch weld it. Other than that, I mean, it was a pretty good day. I cleaned out majority of the car, got inside of the wheel wells. As you can see, running BC coilovers, ISR adjustment arms. All the wells are pretty clean. I'm thinking about rhino lining the under chassis and the actual bed, or you can say rhino liner or bed line, the actual wheel wells and the underside of the car. You can see that some of the water did get inside of the vehicle, but I mean, that's not too big of a deal. It should dry out. If not, I'll grab a towel. Everything else is a good start, and hopefully we'll get this car started this week. You know, see you soon.